And in this corner, we have the heavyweight champion of the world, Nick. No, not the beast. And in this corner, we have the new middleweight champion, Keanu Reeves. I know Kung Fu. Post-grad movies.
That was beautiful.
Welcome! I told you I was going to let you start, but I thought that was better.
That was beautiful. I'm not going to lie. That was quite possibly the best way that we've ever started it. Right up there with PostGrad and PR, because that was pretty good.
Welcome! Today is the big match, and we have the two biggest contenders this world has ever seen.
For God, because that's what the whole thing is about. The contenders.
Truly War of the Gods. Lord of War versus Lord of
the Matrix.
Future.
The Matrix.
Yeah, the Matrix. Matrix Lord.
So yes, thank you all for joining us. I am Cool Guy, and he is the Cognitive Gamer, in case you are new in these hereabout locations.
Cognitive Gamer! Okay, I'm done.
You can't use the same joke we used in the 50th episode. It's not the 50th episode anymore. We've moved on. It's the 51st episode.
But air horns, man.
I know.
Next, I should just buy an air horn. That's probably easier.
Admittedly, I was really impressed by your air horn noises when I was editing. I was like, those are good air horn noises.
I do that in real life, unfortunately. Like, for breakfast, I'm like, frozen pizza! No! And then my roommates just stare at me like, what the fuck's wrong with you? Why would you have frozen pizza for breakfast? And I'm like, it's nothing, but not really. And I just disappear. I speed away as Little Wayne music pumps in the background.
So this is really important. We got to talk about this. By frozen pizza, do you mean you pull the pizza out of the freezer and eat it frozen?
Yes. Sometimes, yes.
Really?
No.
Okay, because I was going to say, I've heard of people eating cold pizza in the morning.
Yeah.
But never frozen.
That's what I meant. Frozen's a cooler word, though, than cold.
Well, yeah, but it's leftover cold pizza.
I have leftover cold everything for breakfast.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, that's fair. I just like...
fried chicken, sandwiches, muffins, hot spaghetti served cold, hot tamales served cold. Just cold everything for breakfast.
I've never really understood the people that have non-breakfast foods for breakfast unless you wake up late enough.
The secret is to not give a shit, and then you just eat whatever the hell you want for breakfast.
Well, unfortunately, I do give many of those, so for me, it feels wrong in every fiber.
It feels wrong?
Being.
Wow. See, I don't understand that. Like, I'll have pancakes for dinner and fried chicken for breakfast, and I'll have eggs for lunch. I just don't care. Food is food. Food doesn't have a specified time. Well, food doesn't care when I eat it.
I know. See, breakfast foods for me are in breakfast, but you can have breakfast for lunch or breakfast for dinner, in which case you make breakfast foods at that time. I would never, ever eat something like pancakes for dinner and at the same time eat spaghetti next to it. I would never do that. That's just wrong.
I would do that. I've done that. I eat like a stoner without the drugs. I'm all about Fruit Loops mixed into like peanut butter jelly sandwiches.
I know, and you're disgusting.
Yes, that's why I love the dining hall, because I could mix it all together and say, why not?
That's actually a really good point. But anyway,
you're the one who mixed the noodles with the mashed potatoes. Ugh.
Hey.
It's like slimy with. Ugh. It tasted good, but the texture is just oof.
I mixed.
I don't like it.
I mixed it in because the mashed potatoes hold the soy sauce very well, so no soy sauce goes to waste.
Yeah, but the texture.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It tastes fantastic, and you can't say it didn't taste fantastic because you just said so yourself.
I'm not saying that it doesn't taste bad. I'm saying the texture is what's not good. It's like cold SpaghettiOs. Like, it's just gnarly. It's just bad.
That sounds awful.
Yeah, it's like, I like cold foods, but
SpaghettiOs just make you want to throw up.
Right.
Yeah, that's fair.
Exactly.
That's fair.
So we have a busy podcast, so maybe we should stop talking about breakfast foods and start moving into the actual cast.
Okay. So we always start talking about just the weirdest thing. So how was your week, Cognitive Gamer? Anyway,
It's really good. I finished data collection and I have significant results.
nice.
Yes. So let's just applaud for a second for science.
What's your what is your p-value?
0.001.
Oh, nice.
And 0.03, and well, there's a bunch of them,
Right.
but a lot of them were like 0.01 or 0.001.
That is fantastic. That is really
Yes.
good, actually.
I know.
Quite
I know.
significant.
It's kind of significant, yeah.
Yeah. No, it's pretty significant, and it should be applauded because that is good. That also means you're getting out of there, isn't it? Like, boom, write it, publish it, out of there.
Well, I've been applying to PhD programs,
Right.
So yes, I don't know if I don't think that's how it works. It's not like, oh, you have significance, get out, you win. Move on.
You win science. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
There's people with lab coats throwing confetti as you walk out, that kind of thing.
You don't wear lab coats? What scientists actually wear lab coats?
I do.
Do you actually?
Yeah. And everyone
Why?
working in any kind of molecular lab, we do lab coat stuff.
But why?
Because
why can't you have something cooler?
Well,
why does it have to be white?
It doesn't have to be white. Mine is like a dark blue, a really dark blue, navy.
So you look like you're wearing a bathrobe.
No, I look awesome.
But that's pretty much been my week. It's literally been running data, tests. So I've been playing video games, so that's cool.
Oh, nice. Did you record any?
No.
I will kill you.
I haven't played those video games.
What video games have you been playing?
Ones I can't talk about on the air. So.
What? Wow.
My grandma listens to this.
So?
No, I'm kidding. I've been playing Call of Duty.
Oh, nice.
I've been playing Destiny. I've been playing Lords of Shadows of Mordor.
Yeah.
I've been playing Hearthstone. I've been playing League of Legends. I've been playing Freedom Wars. I've been playing Super Smash Brothers.
Wait, the new one?
Yeah.
Why the hell have you not recorded any of these? Why can't you record videos about you playing normally? Any game that you want, just having fun.
I could.
That's why gaming with PostGrad was invented. That's literally the reason. So you could play whatever game you wanted, no matter what time it was, no matter if it was popular or not, and we could put it up.
Interesting. Well, I haven't had time for that. And when I say I've been playing all these games, I've been playing the new Super Smash Brothers on my DS, which has been like my in-between classes type of activity, or I have like 20 minutes to kill, and it's not really enough to do this, so I'll just play Super Smash Brothers, or, and Freedom Wars, I just got in the mail today, and that's a Vita game, which you can't record. The new Call of Duty, I have no excuse. I should have recorded that.
So how's the new Call of Duty?
Pretty amazing. It's way better than Ghosts. Ghosts was garbage compared to this. This one's awesome.
Okay.
Seriously, it's like really. I press square to pay my respects all the time.
Oh my god. Are you really putting in an internet joke right now?
It's not an internet joke. It's really in the game. And I think it was completely overblown. I think they actually did it very well. I think that section of the game was like, it's stupid because you literally do have to press square to pay your respects, but it's supposed to be like this powerful moment of like pressing a button and your character looks down and he's missing an arm and you just like played the sequence where you like lost your best friend and lost your arm. So it's, I don't know. It's really stupid, but at the same time, it's like it kind of works.
Right.
So, this is the same game where you shot an airport.
That's true.
This is the same game where fish swam away from you because the graphics are so good.
Yeah. So just to be sure, you're talking about Super Mario 64.
Yes.
Okay. Just making sure.
Mario now has an exoskeleton, which is like this, this special armor that plugs into his spinal cord and allows him to double jump, which Mario doesn't have that ability. So that's crazy.
Right. So
yeah.
What's this video game called? Edge of Tomorrow?
That was a good
That was a
one.
good one. That was a good one, wasn't it?
That was a good one. And all 3 people that saw that movie will get it.
Oh, that's so sad.
Oh, I know. Live, die, repeat.
No, not at all. In case you didn't get that, he's making a reference to the movie Live, Die, Repeat. I'm going to punch you in the face.
You just made the same
I'm going to
joke!
punch you directly in the mouth.
Anyway, so I've been playing Advanced Warfare, and it's pretty advanced, and it's pretty warfare, so...
It's everything you would expect.
It's
from Call of Duty 2K14.
It would be 15.
It'd be 15 this time around? Oh, that's true. No, you're completely right. 2K15.
I will say, the graphics, oh my god.
Beautiful.
Like, the campaign graphics are... at times, I think I'm just looking at, like, live video. Seriously,
really?
like, yeah. There's a section where Kevin Spacey walks into a room, and I swear to God, I was like, whoa, is this video? Wait, no, it can't. No, this is oh my God. So
that's really cool.
Yeah, I'm trying to think, what is it, VMV? What the hell do you call it where you have, like, live video in video games? There's a certain...
Oh, I don't know the term. I know it's augmented reality when you do it on your...
No. It's, they used to have whole games where it would be, like, recorded video, and you'd make choices, and then the videos would play out differently. Anyway. Somebody report in to postgradentertainment@gmail.com if you know what the hell I'm talking about.
Or the Facebook page, that too.
Or the Facebook page, yeah. Speaking of the Facebook page, did you watch the trailer for Grumpy Cat? It was better than expected, let's be honest.
No, it was not. It was
the end section where it had British Grumpy Cat, I actually laughed.
It was exactly what I expected.
Garbage?
Complete, utter, incomprehensible, nonsensical garbage. The only moment when I might have cracked a smile was when Grumpy Cat said...
You mean Aubrey Plaza?
Yeah. Aubrey Plaza basically said something along the lines of, that makes sense. This is why we're in a Lifetime movie.
Which is so meta, because it's a Lifetime movie.
Yeah, it's on Life. It's not worth your time, period.
It's not worth your lifetime.
Not at all. Not at all.
Yeah.
But anyway, we're not talking about that because that was garbage.
Okay.
We got enough garbage on this podcast as is.
Man, yeah, we do. Should I get a shovel? So I'll be grabbing a shovel. Tell me what you did this week. Hold on, let me get my shovel. Hold on. Swing. All right.
Is that what a shovel sounds like?
Yep.
Oh my god. Okay, so
the shovel.
Oh Jesus, we are running out of material. This I feel for like The Simpsons and Family Guy and South Park and all these people. After 20 seasons, they're like, I got nothing. And
it's unfortunate because they get new writers and that try to invigorate. It's just us.
Yeah.
All right. So what'd you do this week?
So my week was a ton of work, but apart from that, my professor, the one that's my advisor, and he's the one that teaches the zoology courses at the University of Puerto Rico. I teach the labs for that course, and this entire week, so like last week Friday, I think it was, he got chikungunya, which chikungunya is a...
Isn't it like a gangrenous infection of the testicles?
No, it is a disease transmitted by mosquitoes.
Oh, and the testicles.
No, it's actually, I think it's worse than that. So...
Oh my god, I'm sorry if I'm assaulting this like almost dead person.
No. So what happens is the mosquito, right, it bites you, and then when you get this virus kind of thing, it's basically almost paralyzes your body. So what happens is you get fever and flu-like symptoms, and then you know that it's chikungunya because the certain sections of your body or areas around where you were bitten, you start getting these like almost polka dotty designs around your skin, so it looks like red with polka dots on your skin.
Oh my God.
And after that, you're like, oh no, I got chikungunya. So like pretty soon, one of the next...
What does that mean?
Does
that translate to anything?
No, it's the name of the disease. It's like dengue.
Okay.
So basically what happens is you see those little polka dots and you're like, oh no, I got chikungunya. So you know that in one of the coming days, when you wake up in the morning, you almost won't be able to move. And what happens with this thing is that it causes like flu-like symptoms and then
Mhm.
arthritis-like symptoms.
Mm.
Yeah. So what happens is the entire time it feels like if your joints are on fire and you can't move. And after the disease runs its course, you can still, like a month later, you can get a resurgence of the symptoms. And then after that, you have to be careful because you might have chronic arthritis like symptoms for the rest of your life.
You're really selling Puerto Rico.
So this has been going on in any like tropical regions. So anywhere in the tropics you go to, you have a probability of getting chikungunya.
What's like the...
It's a specific species of mosquito that carries it, and it's found in urban areas. So I'm actually kind of lucky in that respect because I don't live too close to the really urbanized areas. I mean, I live in the suburban areas and or more foresty areas, so it doesn't really bother us as much here. And it's funny because my girlfriend and I still haven't gotten it, and it's been knocking down all of the other grad students slash professors. And it's almost like we're sitting in the classroom and we're seeing the students get knocked out, like people missing from seats. And you can see like the seats that people are missing in are coming closer to us, and we're sitting there like, So we'll see if we survive.
Yeah. Is there a cure? Is
No.
there like a vaccine?
Nope.
Is there
Nope. Nothing.
chikungunya? Like a no?
No, there's none of that. So it's
Okay.
basically like crossing your fingers.
Chikungunya.
God, it's crossing your fingers that that it won't affect you. But the point is,
Okay.
he got sick, and he basically said, "So you guys are gonna have to teach the class." So I taught my first class to a classroom of like 100+ people.
Isn't it like teaching to dead people? Like to just a room of zombies.
I mean,
You ask a question and you just see there's like as much glaze as a Krispy Kreme. Like it's just like, oh, all right, I guess I'll move on.
No, I was an awesome professor. Or at least I would think I was an awesome professor because everyone was laughing and saying things, and I was asking questions, and I was like, "What's that?" And they were like, "I think it's this," and I'm like, "That's pretty close." And it was a good class. They were all very involved. However,
They made 3 people were involved, and the rest of the people groaned.
no, they were all laughing, and they were all pretty involved. I think like a good half of the students were very actively involved in it and were enjoying it. So.
This is not an American classroom.
No, it's not. But
yeah.
I mean, although admittedly, I had this thing happen where I asked, so that is a group of animals that feeds on bodily fluids. Do you know what order of animals feeds on bodily fluids? And then one of
vampire.
Right, yeah, vampire bat, exactly. And
oh, really? Yeah,
exactly. That would be one of the groups of animals. But one of the students in the class, he just said proboscidae, and that is a taxonomic group that includes all of the living elephants. So
that's awesome.
So I started laughing, and half the class started laughing, and I was like, "No, elephants do not, in fact, suck blood." So there's that.
Wait, what level class is this?
This is just like a zoology class. So I think this is a 300 level class, but I think the student made a mistake. He made a mistake, but it was a funny mistake. So
no, I was gonna say this makes a lot more sense because you get higher up, that's when more involved kids get in.
Oh yeah.
I thought intro.
Ooh,
and that's like
wait, intro to what?
Psych.
Oh, intro to psych. That's fun.
Which is where you get like that weird mix of I'm forced to be here, kids.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The forced to be here kids. It's like 1/3 of those, 1/3 of I'm taking an elective, and this is it. So I'm kind of interested in it. And then the people that are actually there for their major.
Yeah.
So.
And they don't give a shit either. Psych.
Exactly.
Psych. I have to say, the people that make up the psych major are like, a lot of them are, I'm edgy, I'm taking psychology. And I'm like, no, that's not, what are you doing? There's like a group that are just like, I'm a slacker and I don't like business, so I'm doing psychology. You're like, no, this is an actual psych. Oh my God.
Yeah.
There's a bad perception of what psychology is. Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay, so for those of you that are listening to the podcast that don't know what psychology is, I'll tell you
it's a science.
Psychology is not a science, and
it is science, and it's very rigorous. It's just as rigorous as biology, if not more rigorous than biology.
So psychology,
which is strictly observational.
So
when it comes to some animals.
Are you kidding me? So
What did you do this summer? All you did was look at bird calls.
So
I manipulated things in a lab.
Please explain how you manipulated things in a lab. Tell me about your little computer program where people walked in and clicked a button. Please tell me.
No, that was the other experiment. The new experiment is I enforced either a punishment condition or a reward condition and saw how that affected their reaction time in a neurocognitive test, and it did.
Okay, and
so
tell me, that sounds all fine and dandy. Now tell me what the experiment was in layman's terms, so everyone can hear.
They had to take a neurocognitive test that's usually meant to measure concussion damage,
and
with a pre-test, post-test.
And what does that test entail?
It's a battery, so it's like letters that they have to memorize, it's words that they have to memorize, memorization of shapes. They have to count backwards from 25. There's like it's on an iPad, so it's like touching of shapes. It's a battery. There's a bunch of different tests.
Right. That's cute. So after that, what did you do?
Well, before they took the test, I even told them you're going to be rewarded for correct answers, or you're going to be punished for incorrect answers. And if they're punished, they actually take longer to hit buttons, which means that the program might mistake it for a concussion when in fact they're not concussed, which means this can be applied to actually people getting diagnosed or misdiagnosed.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah. What did you do with the bird calls?
So in my
population of birds that don't even taste good if you eat them. Lame.
So in my totally non-scientific zoology stuff that you happen to think is not science, I never said science.
I said it's strictly observational.
I am working on molecular phylogenetics, working with mitochondrial DNA, also incorporating some tier sections of the nuclear DNA to build a phylogenetic tree, or at least a slight bit of phylogenetics into the evolution of certain groups of anurans here on the island, so that we can basically apply it to know why certain groups are more or less susceptible to climate change and to the chytrid fungus that is affecting them right now, basically epidemiology. And that can also help us know a bit more about the biology of biomarkers, so we can help tackle climate change with it.
Mine's way more applicable.
Okay, all right. I'm just making sure. That
in this present, it's way more applicable. I'll talk to you in 10 years, and we'll see what happens.
Okay, yeah. but anyway.
What do you want? Like,
but anyway,
your experiment's highly exploratory.
But anyway, the point is, we're moving on to movies because psychology is not a science.
It is. Oh.
So anyway, let's move on to movies. That was the perfect transition. So anyway, in theaters this week, we watched 3 movies. We do not have a Netflix movie spotlight, totally not sponsored by Netflix yet, because we have 3 movies that we watched. So,
did you actually watch Birdman?
Yes. Before our cage match versus the Reeves.
Cage match.
Before that, we will go into Birdman. So
Birdman,
or The Unexpected Virtue of Ignorance, on IMDb has an 8.8, on Rotten Tomatoes has a 94 and a 93 top critic score, and on Metacritic it's got an 89%. It is directed by Alejandro González Iñárritu,
who also did
Babel, didn't he? He did Babel, right?
You're the one with the page up.
Oh, I just have his name. I'm pretty sure that he did Babel, though. But anyway, it stars Michael Keaton, Emma Stone, Kenny Chin, Jamal Garrison Lowe, Zach Galifianakis, Naomi Watts, Jeremy Shamos, Andrea Riseborough, Catherine O'Sullivan, Damian Young, and Edward Norton. So
he directed Babel. He also did a bunch of
other Spanish movies.
Spanish.
Yeah, because he's Mexican born. Yes. So anyway.
Which is great.
Yes. Apart from that, give me your 1-sentence review, Cognitive Gamer. I know, right? It's hard.
A beautiful and insightful look at how the past can influence our present.
Really? That's interesting.
Do you not agree? Like, that was the whole thing.
Yeah, that was, but we're gonna have to discuss that a little bit more in depth.
Oh God. Okay.
So
full spoilers, because we're just gonna dive into it. I'm letting you know now. If you don't want to see Birdman or I'm pretty sure the first thing we're going to talk about is spoilers.
Yeah, you should probably
give me a
skip. Yeah,
review.
yeah. So like, if you don't want to hear about Birdman, just want to skip right into the Keanu Reeves and Nick Cage match, you should probably just skip like 15, 20 minutes in, and it should be, or 20 minutes after this, and then you should be fine. Anyway,
I don't think it'll be 20 minutes, but
so my one sentence review for this movie is a surreal look into the pressures that someone puts on themselves.
I don't know about that one.
Oh, you don't know about that one. Okay, all right. Let's get talking about it. So, first off, what did you think?
First off, you don't have to skip yet because I'm going to talk about the cinematography and the direction of like the whole thing seems like a continuous shot. It wasn't.
It wasn't. Yeah, but it was amazing.
Yeah, it was. It was really cool. It really made you feel like those. I think it only spans 4 days.
Yeah.
It really made you feel those 4 days
were long.
Were very long.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like you were actually living right then and there in a 2-hour movie, 2.5 hour movie.
2 hour. It was. I believe it's an hour and 59 minutes. I believe.
So, like in a 2-hour movie, you really felt like you lived 4 days.
Yeah.
Which is amazing. I thought it was really well done, and I think it helped the movie a lot. So
definitely.
I thought the music was fantastic.
Yes, it definitely was. My girlfriend did not like the music, though.
What?
She didn't like
it. Was jazz.
She didn't like the drums, the continuous drums.
That was the point. It was supposed to.
Like, I told her.
Represent.
Oh, I know.
This underlying I think it was also in a weird time signature, right?
Yes, it was. Yeah.
Okay. So the same philosophy was given to Friday the 13th, where the composer essentially put it, I think, in 5/4 time, which represented that Jason can't be stopped.
Oh, nice.
Right?
Yeah.
So that the music just never will stop because in a 5/4 time, the time signature spills onto each measure, essentially.
Right.
And the same thing kind of happened here. It was also jazz, so there's a lot of improvisation,
right.
which plays into the theme of the movie, which was life doesn't end, it always repeats, and it just keeps on going.
And it also represented, because it was straight drums, it also represented sort of the hustle and bustle of life itself, especially in New York life.
Yeah. And also kind of like how things can come out of nowhere.
Oh yeah, I loved the dark comedy of the entire.
Very well done.
I love how it was like Emma Stone was on the side of the building, and someone from down there just screamed like "jump," and she was like, "Go screw yourself," and he was like, "Land on my face." Just such stupid.
The dialogue was so. It was like. It was crude, but witfully crude.
It really was. I think I was talking to, obviously, my girlfriend after this.
I get it. You have a girlfriend.
Yes. So I was talking to her after the movie, and I said that the perfect description of what the movie's going to be is the beginning sequence, which appears in the trailer, and it's basically him levitating in the middle of the room, and you just hear the Birdman character asking, where did they get here? This place smells like balls. And that was the perfect way to introduce the movie, because that's exactly what was going to happen. Really weird, witty, gross, and sometimes in-your-face kind of commentary over the course of something that seems superficially normal, but really you start thinking about it and you're like, this is really weird.
Yeah. The whole movie was really weird.
The whole movie was really weird.
In such a great manner, though.
It
was... It almost broke the fourth wall in kind of telling you what the underlying subplot is.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
In a lot of ways.
Yeah. Also, Edward Norton was a jackass. He was such a jackass.
Yes. It was great.
Oh, God. I love the guy, but he played the pompous, I know better than everyone else person so well.
He played himself. Essentially, right? Like
Edward Norton played Edward Norton.
Does Edward Norton do Broadway?
I think he does.
Because I haven't seen him in a movie in
a while. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
this is creepy. Stop. Okay, so let's just jump into it. Spoilers. Did you think he had powers, or do you think he died?
I honestly have no idea. Because you juxtapose that final scene with the scene where he floats down onto in front of the actual place where he's performing, the theater, and he walks in and the taxi person goes like, "Hey, that dude didn't pay me." So
Yeah.
so like does he have powers? Does he not have powers? Are his powers limited sometimes? Like, is he crazy, but does he have like slight powers to move things?
Right. But you have to also juxtapose that with the taxi scene with the beginning where he makes a, quote unquote makes a light fall on the main actor.
Yeah,
Right?
right.
Like, did he do that or did he not do that?
That could have also just been a random coincidence.
Exactly. And that's the unfortunate virtue of ignorance, right? Like the title plays into his power. It's if you think that he has powers and it might make the movie more uplifting, right?
Right.
Like that's the unexpected virtue of ignorance.
Yeah, it's the idea of, do you want to go with, take the happy road or take the sad road? The happy road is, or at least the ignorance road is, he has powers.
The it may not be the ignorance, but the proposed ignorance
Yeah,
road that
yeah,
we're
right.
presenting.
The
Right?
proposed one is he has powers. Happy ending. He flew at the end of the movie
Right. The sad thing is that he's schizophrenic and suicidal and kills
and kills
himself.
himself at the end. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Which, by the way, a hospital would never have windows like
Oh,
that.
definitely
So
not. Yeah.
I think it's really weird that he gets a great review and then kills himself at the end. But I think it's because the review was almost biting, right? The unexpected virtue of his ignorance is pretty much a backhanded compliment,
Yeah.
saying he knows nothing, but it works.
Yeah. But I
So,
mean, but at the same time, he also came to a realization, which was he threw everything into this thing when he shouldn't have been throwing his all into what he was doing on stage. He should have thrown his all into what he was doing out of stage, which is why you had Edward Norton's character, who was the opposite. He said that he was only really him on stage, and he was basically like somebody else off stage, when in reality this guy Regan, he needed to be himself with his family, like not worry too much about everything else, because his family was the most important stuff. And when he finally realized, he finally made it, he finally did what he needed to do, and he got a great review, he realized that that actually was what didn't matter, because he spent his entire time doing that, broke everything else in his life to do this, when in reality the important thing was not that.
right. I think it's also the specter of the past, right?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, there's this constant, which is funny that Michael Keaton played Birdman because he played Batman.
Yep.
But it was this kind of specter of you peaked too early. You did these really stupid superhero movies that have no artistic value whatsoever, and you're trying to overcompensate for that by doing this really pretentious piece of shit play,
Yeah.
which is said and played with
Yeah.
the entire time. It's like what I think it's a great thought piece on what is truly art, right? What makes somebody great? What makes somebody a great actor? Is it playing by the rules? Is it like you can be? I think you can be a great actor and also play a superhero,
Yeah.
right?
Oh, of
Like I
course.
mean, Heath Ledger as the Joker was amazing and one of like the greatest character acting we've seen
In a while. Yeah, definitely.
in,
Yeah.
it's a very long while.
Yeah.
But at the same time, George Clooney as Batman
Not good at all.
was not good at all. So I mean, I think I think the movie not only makes a great argument for what is art, as in can art only be this pretentious stage, right? Like
Yeah,
stage
right.
production, which has like this again pretentious air about it, or can art be something a little more dirty? Can it be like the Avengers?
Right.
Like, is that art? Art, So
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought it was a great movie. I think it fully deserves the 90
Oh yeah.
for 95.
Oh yeah, for sure. And I think one of the things that it did really well was the fact that in the beginning, when you first saw bits and pieces of the play getting acted out or whatever, you were like, this is garbage. But
yeah, I'm like, this is pretentious garbage.
But as the story went on and you saw what things in their lives were affecting their characterizations on stage, you gained a greater appreciation for the play itself as it went on. And the play sort of became like the first, second, and third act of the play became what was actually happening in real life. and
Yeah.
you ended up going like, this play's pretty damn good, because those were your opinions on the movie itself.
Well, yeah, I mean, the play was obviously a reflection of maybe the inner feelings or monologues that these characters have. I think Riggin even said it one time. He was like, "Man, I'm doing this play, and it just feels like this play keeps hitting me with a tiny hammer in the balls." With the ball. And I'm like, yeah, that's my exact thoughts. This play is saying everything that's going wrong in your life.
And you're not
Like,
listening to it. Like,
well, he is listening to it, and it's driving him nuts, and that was the whole thing.
oh, man.
Which is funny, because he wrote it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So, oof.
Also, I wanted
yeah.
to punch that critic lady right in the mouth.
Oh, right in the mouth.
Just, the worst.
I wanted to punch Edward Norton's boner right
right in the boner. Right in the boner.
Man, that was I just felt so slimy in that scene when he's like trying to have sex
Yeah.
with God, what actress was that? Was that Naomi Watts?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, I felt
that is gross.
Really.
It was really cool shot because it was underneath the blankets and that like you could see like the stage turning around. Oh, yeah. It was really cool.
Yeah, it was fantastic. All right, but yes, I would give this movie probably like around a 92 or 3, I think.
Yeah, totally. I agree. Yeah.
Basically,
I don't
go watch
think it is a movie for everybody.
Yeah, I was going to say go watch it, but it's not for everyone. It's definitely not for everyone.
It is no John Wick.
But, oh my God. But Michael Keaton was fantastic.
Oh, amazing.
So good.
Zach Galifianakis, like the acting was
Zach Galifianakis impressed me.
Yeah.
He did a good job.
Did a great job. Everybody did a great job.
They did. Hats off all around. Good job, Birdman.
Good. Yeah, yes.
And when it went like full surreal, it went full like you were wondering what the hell was happening, and that was crazy.
I think that was like the stupidest scene was when he started flying. But I got it, right? Like it was kind of like it represented him going completely off the deep end.
Yeah, like that was his freedom. He was like, finally, I'm accepting who I am. I'm Birdman, and that's when he was just. That was when he like stood in the middle of the road, and it was like, and when you caw, and he was like, ah! And that was so funny. Oh my God, that was.
Do you think Michael Keaton did that after the Batman movies? Like he just walked around his house in his underwear, just saying, "I'm Batman."
I don't know, but that was one of the funniest scenes I've seen in a while, just because of how Birdman talked to him.
Yeah,
he was like, "You're Birdman," just like talking to himself. Oh my God.
Oh, it was so good.
My God.
2 notes. One, if you like this movie, you will also like the TV show, BoJack Horseman. I'm serious because the themes are exactly the same. Right. It's like, what is art? I think the only difference is that Riggin is like the main protagonist between BoJack, who thinks his stuff he did in the past was godly, and Riggin thinks the stuff he did in the past was complete garbage.
Right. Yeah.
And if you like Birdman and Family Guy, you will love BoJack Horseman. Essentially, okay. The second thing is, as soon as I finished this movie, I walked out and I was in the art center because that's the only place playing this movie. Right. And there's a poster of Mice and Men featuring James Franco. And I was like, this is exactly what the movie tried to say was stupid.
And then he wanted to punch James Franco in the mouth because you.
I always want to punch him in the mouth, though. So I really hate James Franco.
Okay,
it was like a burning desire.
Okay, so moving on, we have
with like a vitriolic lust. It's just
we have our main show for today, which is we are reviewing Left Behind versus John Wick, which is Nicolas Cage at his worst versus Keanu Reeves at his recent best. So
his best.
So really, yeah. So really quick. Let's do the ratings really fast. First off, I'm going to do John Wick to juxtapose that against Left Behind. On IMDb, John Wick has 7.9. Okay, I'm done. So
lasted all of 2 seconds.
So on Rotten Tomatoes, John Wick has an 86 with a 76 top critic score, and on Metacritic, it's got a 67%. It is directed by David Litch and Chad Stahelski. And by the way, for those of you wondering, these 2 directors are basically close to first-time directors, and they're really actually stunt coordinators and professional stunt people. And they've been involved in tons and tons of other movies. So, like, for example, a lot of them were either stand-ins or were the stunt coordinators for stuff like 300 and The Matrix and awesome movies such as that, Man of Tai Chi also. So
Oh,
these people have been involved
I could see that.
in tons and tons and tons of movie. Anyway, this movie stars people such as Keanu Reeves, obviously the man of the hour, William Dafoe, Affie Allen, Michael Nyqvist, Dean Winters, Adrian Palicki, Omer Barnia, and a lot of tons of other people.
You can just say the guy who fucked over Winterfell.
Yes, exactly. Yes.
Winterfell.
Correct. And
Theon
Greyjoy in Game of Thrones. And next up we have Left Behind, which is one of Nicolas Cage's greatest works. Just greatest work.
I thought.
No, well, we're getting there. We're getting there. Remember, it is Nicolas Cage versus Reeves. So anyway, on IMDb, Left Behind has a 3.3 rating. On Rotten Tomatoes, it has a 2% with a whopping 0% top critic score. And on Metacritic, it's got a 12%. It is directed by Vic Armstrong, and it stars Nicolas Cage, Chad Michael Murray, Leah Thompson, Nikki Wellen, Casey Thompson, William Ragsdale, and a bunch of other people. So,
you know what's funny?
What?
Vic Armstrong is also a stunt coordinator for a bunch of movies.
Oh, really?
Including like Raiders of the Lost Ark, Superman 2, Dragon Slayer, American Werewolf in London, which is a terrible movie, Blade Runner. He was a stunt double.
Well, so this is the battle of the gods and the battle of the stunt doubles.
And stunt doubles and stunt coordinators.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Rambo 3, he did the stunts for.
Okay.
Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, he was a stunt double and stunt coordinator.
All right. Okay. We're gonna keep going. So
I'm just saying he's been involved with a lot of movies and is really old. Like, really old. He's like 80.
Nice. Well, this movie...
Which makes sense, actually.
Oh, yes. So anyway, we are going to keep moving forward, and I will have everybody know that this was the episode when we were going to announce the winners of the 50th podcast drawing. However, it appears as though the prize that we offered is, in fact, too terrifying for our mainstream moviegoers.
But if you want to, you still have a week. Let's give them another week.
Yes. Okay. If you want to, you still have a week to submit your scariest Nicolas Cage moment to us so that you can get a grab bag of Nicolas Cage goodies such as Not the Bees and Lord of War.
So, a one-sentence review of Left Behind.
I'm going to mash both of them together.
Oh my god.
So,
okay.
A one-sentence review for John Wick mashed together with Left Behind. A fantastic neo-noir, completely waste of space movie.
I wonder which one belongs where.
What is your one-sentence double movie review?
The movie I wish The Raid 2 was, and the movie I wish Con Air wasn't. So,
okay, so let's get talking about it.
It's God Air. Okay, so John Wick.
Yes.
Amazing. That was probably the best action movie I've seen in years.
I think it's the like
since The Raid.
Like yes, much. I was gonna say since The Raid. I think it's the best action movie I've seen. Definitely.
Mm-hmm. And Left Behind
is probably the worst movie I have ever seen. Period.
Well, see, the problem is that it competed with Trolls 2.
No, because Trolls 2 was so bad, it was good.
But Trolls 2, it was good, right? And Left Behind is so bad that it's just terrible.
It's exactly.
So it was like it's missing that like I don't know if it's like this B movie like atmosphere because it has a huge budget.
It was a $16
this was a major motion
dollar budget.
Yeah, 12 million.
12 million? I looked it up and I thought it was 16 million. Didn't it? Really? 12?
I think it made 16 million.
Oh god, did it really make 16? Oh god, it's just like that freaking crappy, terrible movie. What is it? God's Not
God's Not
Dead?
Dead.
Son of a mother. Oh, God.
Oh no, the budget was 16 million, but it made 18 million.
Oh, God. Oh,
Literally.
okay.
But I will say this movie is not nearly as manipulative or at least as blunt with religion as God's Not Dead.
Oh, yeah. It definitely wasn't. However, the people that didn't
I mean, it was too.
the people that didn't believe in this movie were just assholes in general. Like, more so.
Not Nick Cage.
No.
Well,
but they
by the end of the movie, you liked him.
they were mostly just terrible people, just horrible. They were such annoying, prissy little people.
We have to also remember this is the movie that the Duck Dynasty people said would change your life.
Wait, what?
So they produced it.
What?
I'm almost positive they produced this movie.
Are you kidding me?
I can't find.
Oh my god! Oh my god! I can't even believe that. I can't believe that. That is. It makes sense. I'm gonna go ahead and say that God Is Not Dead and this movie are the worst movies ever made.
That's not.
Yep. No, I completely.
I think it's on par with Flypaper. That was pretty.
Are you kidding me? No, Flypaper was not nearly as bad as this movie. This movie is a solid 0, like solid 100% garbage.
Okay, the problem wasn't with Nick Cage's acting though. I thought it was actually pretty okay.
It was all right.
It was better than a 0.
It was passable.
He cried on command.
And that was so bad. Can I just pause for a second and say that every single moment when there was crying in this movie was literally the worst. I would have preferred to have Hitler come out of the ground and start a new Holocaust than see everyone in that movie cry when they did. I would rather duct tape my testicles to a jet that's about to take off and have that jet take off at hundreds of miles an hour and then have fire ants crawl all over my face and bite me all over the place, only to fall, like have my testicles rip off and fall to my death, smacking into the solid ocean from 35,000 feet with lack of oxygen and all that involved, then watch all of these people cry on camera. So John Wick was fantastic.
So John Wick was saying, but before we leave Left Behind, which we won't, Duck Dynasty's Willie Robertson, who's the guy with the bandana and the main brother, is the executive producer of Nicolas Cage's Left Behind. And Willie Robertson can say, like most Christians, my family and I can truly say we're excited about the soon return of Jesus, and also about the millions of dollars this movie will make. He didn't say that part. But I mean, like, seriously, like, he knows his audience, and he knows how to make money with it. Like, if he didn't look me straight at the eye and say this, he does this only for the glory of God, I will just call bullshit. Like, the amount of merchandising that his show does, like, you can't tell me that money is for worship. Like, that money is for money's sake, and you just love it.
Oh, yeah.
Like, or you would donate it, or you would do resources, or you would do God's work with it, not pocket it and live in this mansion that your racist grandfather can stank around in. Like,
exactly.
I think again, like, I don't think the problems with Left Behind is its views on Christianity, because it's whatever, and that's not something that we're gonna dive into.
Precisely.
Or the reasons why we don't like this movie.
If you want to hear our views on that kind of stuff, because we've discussed it time and time again, because people are idiots, you can always see our review of insert here review, or like go click on in our YouTube channel to listen to the reviews of Heaven is for Real, and also
which was a better movie than this movie.
Way better than this movie, and also.
That was at least a Lifetime movie.
Our review of God Is Not Dead, which is awful, and you just shouldn't listen to that review, period. So just do Heaven is for Real if you want to listen to anything. Anyway.
But the point is, the problem isn't with Christianity. The problem's with how bad of a movie that this is, from a movie standpoint. But also how shameless that these movies can be towards exploiting a Christian audience, because they are.
Yeah.
Right? It's creating Christian materials for Christian to indulge in but taking their money for it. Like,
And you know,
something just seems wrong about it. And I guess I get the same feeling from music or movies about revolution, like Fight Club. Like the whole movie is anti-establishment and it's about not paying money, but it made gobs of money for Hollywood, which is the corporations. Like it's this like weird. People like hearing a message, and people will pay money for that message, even when that message should not be greedy or the exact opposite of the message that the movie is trying to
exactly. And can we take an aside really quick to
say. Mhm.
just love on the fact that all of these movies love to revel in mock diversity. So in the first class seating area, did you notice that they literally had one person of everything? And that only the
Well,
and that
for the
only
beginning, and then they left.
and that only
But left their clothes.
and that only the white people and the little kids got taken.
No, the black guy in first class got taken.
One of like, oh yeah, that's true. The one, but
Yeah,
he was an
There's
older.
that big guy who's eating candy bars.
Yeah, the black guy, the older black guy got taken, but that's because he was wearing a cross. So it was basically mostly white people and children got taken, and then anyone who was wearing a cross. That's basically who got taken.
Well, that's pretty much everybody who was cast. So I mean, that's not yeah.
Oh my god.
Man, I think 15 minutes of this movie was okay.
No, not at all.
The rest of the 2 hours,
Not at all. That
awful.
beginning section with the daughter talking to the reporter guy was
Made no sense.
was some of the worst writing I have ever read in my entire life.
Okay, I don't get this. So did she know him beforehand?
No.
So but they acted like they knew each other
Yes.
beforehand,
Yes.
which made no sense to me whatsoever.
Yes.
And then all of a sudden they became best friends the second they left that. I was completely confused.
Yeah. But hey, you can just rest easy because of the fact that the ending set it up for a Left Behind 2. So that's always nice.
And if it ever gets there, which would be L3FTB3 Hind.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
It has 2 3s.
So on
the potential for 2 3s in it.
So John Wick was fantastic.
Right. It was the best movie. You should see it.
It is so good.
It's so good. So that the setup
just
was so amazing.
Okay, spoilers. Yeah, the setup was incredibly amazing, and it just ripped your heart out.
It was so good. Like, it gave him the few, because when you first read the synopsis, you know that he's killing people because of the death of his dog, right, which sounds ludicrous.
It does, yes.
But that's not it at all. It's what the dog represents and everything else that happens in his life. And the fact that everybody calls him the boogeyman was amazing. You knew that John Wick was a badass.
Yes, you did. But
was just a feared torrent of just fucking motherfucking.
And I loved how that set up when they were like, you killed John Wick's dog, and he was explaining it to his son.
Yeah.
And he was just telling him who he had done it for and blah blah blah. And at that moment they set him up like such an insanely crazy person, and you were just waiting for him to explode because he hadn't yet. He just seemed like a normal dude.
His wick was lit.
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
Oh, come on. That's why he's called John Wick.
I know. Oh, I know. But oh my god, too good.
This is a new aged Boondock Saints. This is a modern aged Boondock Saints.
It's a neo-noir movie. It really is. It
is, but I'm saying tonally.
Oh yeah.
This was a better.
Oh, way better.
If you enjoy Boondock Saints, which has this weird cult following, you'll love John Wick, and I can see this movie getting the same kind of following.
This movie was basically like taking Boondock Saints and mixing it with Drive
and The Raid.
Yeah.
Gun Fu, I think is appropriate title of this. No, it's true though, because if you noticed in that intro scene, he did a lot of kung fu maneuvers with a gun.
He did, yeah.
It was like he was fighting kung fu with a gun, and it was awesome.
It was. I don't know that
gloriously violent.
There were just some freaking moments in that movie where you were just it was fantastic. It was so good. It was so violent too, but it's violent in a very classy way. I think it was violent in a very classy way.
I think it's isolation of violence, right? When people say I don't idolize violence. You should not watch John Wick because this idolized violence
Right.
to the extreme.
Yeah, definitely.
I think Keanu Reeves wins. I think we have a new god,
Definitely. Yes.
and this god will destroy everybody instead of saving select people.
Yes.
Well, actually, technically, Nicolas Cage. Man, he cheated on his wife, and now he's stuck on a plane. Damn.
He did.
Also, why couldn't he just land in the airport?
Because he wasn't going to make it. He didn't have enough fuel.
Why did he turn around?
I don't know.
Is it a fuel question? Like, when did
none of that made sense.
Why weren't there people left in the control tower?
Just stop thinking.
Were they all saved?
Just you can stop thinking about it because it doesn't make sense.
This movie was terrible.
It was. That movie was awful. Yes.
It was like an hour too long. Like, it would have been a great 30-minute. Not a great. It would have been. It would have been a passable 30-minute film.
I think that Left Behind should have been a. You know those infomercials in
the Too Many Cooks. Too many cooks. Too many cooks.
Something. No. I'm not talking like 80s intro. I'm talking straight infomercials.
Yeah.
Like something along the lines of really crappily filmed, like people are putting books on top of a Bible or something, and it goes like, is your family not reading enough of the Bible? Well, we have the solution for you, Left Behind, which talks about the rapture, like that kind of thing.
Yeah, but it doesn't.
It doesn't. You're right. It doesn't talk about it at all.
It like circles
around the topic.
It talks about how you should repent for the sins that you've done, but it doesn't tell you how. It doesn't.
It basically just says
why.
It's the exact same message as the other one. It's that.
But not as,
it's just that if you're bad, you're an awful person.
Okay.
That kind of, you know what I mean? That kind of a thing. Like if you are bad from their point of view, you're a terrible person.
Right. Yeah. Which, I mean, adultery, bad. What did the daughter do that was bad? Just not believe?
Yeah, that was it, basically. She was also prissy, and I really didn't like her.
Okay, well, that's not she was also suicidal.
Yeah, that's true. That's really true.
Yeah. Why was she suicidal? I love how she's just like, I'm out of options. I guess I should just jump off a bridge.
Well, she was okay. I almost forgot about this. So yeah, she was like that, but that's because the rapture had happened. So it's whatever, and she didn't have anything left. Whatever. That's beside the point.
But that's totally. It was like in the course of 12 hours.
I know.
She went from like being the happiest person ever to suicidal.
Okay, she went from being the happiest person.
Not even 12 hours. They were in the air for like 6.
So no. So she went from being that to that because of the fact.
Maybe 12.
Because she couldn't find her little brother person, remember? So
stupid.
No. So that was one of the greatest moments because she was literally holding him, and all of a sudden, flash. She's.
I love how they used a flash. The transition.
She's holding his clothes, the ones he was just wearing, and somehow she convinces herself that the best course of action is to run around the entire city aimlessly. It seems. Yelling at no one in particular, where is him? He was just with me in the mall. So like she shows up somewhere and she goes like, have you seen this kid? He was just with me a quarter mile.
Did she not notice? I love how she just ignored everybody else in the mall, also disappeared and left their clothes.
Yeah, it was whatever. So new to DVD and Blu-ray and theaters this week.
Left Behind should be Left Behind. John Wick. You should just see the movie, buy the movie, watch the movie. Keanu Reeves is back.
He is. So all hail Keanu Reeves.
All hail Keanu Reeves. Father.
And the holy Father. And the holy Reeves.
And the holy boogeyman.
Okay. So new to DVD and Blu-ray in theaters this week. We have new to DVD and Blu-ray first. Maleficent, Planes, Fire and Rescue.
Hercules. Best movie ever.
Hercules, the story of a really strong man.
Woo!
A Most Wanted Man. The one I love. Fort Bliss.
Most Wanted Man?
A 5-Star Life. The Dog.
Oh, wait. Hold on.
Frontera and The Discoverers.
A Most Wanted Man's Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Yes, that is correct.
Okay.
And I've heard it's pretty good. So
Solid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. And new to theaters this week, I'm going to do all of the ones except for the big ones that I'm really interested in. So we have Jessabelle, The Better Angels, Open Windows on Any Sunday, The Next Chapter, and National Gallery. And the three big ones are, one, The Theory of Everything, which unfortunately is limited release, but that is the Stephen Hawking biopic.
Yeah, not Stephen King. I know that's where you're going.
The Stephen Hawking biopic. So that's really awesome, and the trailer was amazing. Anyway, the other ones are Big Hero 6.
Big Hero, which, aka Fall Out Boy.
Oh, they did the music?
They did Immortals. Yep.
Oh, wow. That's really cool.
Yep. Yeah. I sellouts. Sellout boy. Oh, I still love them.
Yes, you do. And the other giant movie coming out this week is Interstellar.
Interstellar.
And I am immensely excited for all of these movies. So
Interstellar. I'm gonna spoil it for you. I've already saw it.
What?
And the top continues to spin at the end.
the black hole
it
just
turns
keeps
out
spinning.
That he actually has a twin, and that's the magic trick.
Oh, okay. All right. Well,
it turns out that he's at the beginning of the movie, at the end of the movie.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense. You're spoiling so many movies for everyone right now.
The Joker disappears. He's not the hero they deserve. He's in the cafe at the end.
The Joker doesn't make the pencil disappear. He makes himself disappear. Okay, so
man, you should watch Interstellar. You're gonna just.
I'm gonna watch it. Well, we're gonna talk about that next week. Okay, so moving on to news, though.
I want to talk about it now.
We'll talk about it next week. It's okay. So news. We have the first bit of news, which is that Toy Story 4
has an
official release date. And that...
Well, one, it's surprising that it even was announced, because they said the third one would be the last one.
Yes.
Which was pretty evident with that whole movie.
And it should have been.
Yes.
And the release date is June 16th, 2017, and that is very, very, very unfortunate, and I'm upset.
I bet it's great.
I don't know if it's going to be great or not, because yes, it's being done by the same person that directed the Toy Story 1 and 2, but also he has recently been the one that brought out stuff like Cars 2. So
I like Cars 2.
It was fine. It just wasn't.
It was better than Brave.
It just wasn't Pixar level. No, it was not.
Yes, it was.
No, it was not.
Way more entertaining
than
Brave.
No.
I hate Brave. You have no idea the level of loathing I have for that movie.
I enjoyed Brave.
It was just stupid.
All right, but anyway.
So was Cars 2, but it thrived on its stupidity.
I think that Toy Story 4 was a bad idea. I think it's fine to do the little shorts and whatever that they're doing.
Yeah.
Like the Toy Story of Terror and all that jazz. However, I do not think that Toy Story 4 is the correct move. However, money. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, money.
Which is unfortunate that Pixar is doing this because...
Speaking of money and Disney, I have a news story that says 3 million Frozen costumes were sold in North America.
Oh my god. Actually, while I was on Reddit, I saw the thing that said that everyone should do this, whoever has big Halloween parties should do this drinking game, which is have a drink every time Elsa walks through the door.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
You're done.
So I found that picture really funny. So
each costume sells for about $50 to $100.
Oof.
And 2.6 million of them 2.6 million children dressed up as one of the Frozen characters.
Oh my god.
Additionally, the estimates of the overall 3.4 million kids dressed as princess of some type this year. And with boys, Spider-Man was very popular, 2.6 million.
As he always is. Right now it's Spider-Man and Iron Man, I believe.
Yeah. That's crazy though.
It is.
It's kind of cool though, because at least Frozen's a good movie which has a pretty solid message. So
yeah.
Frozen!
Cash cow. All right. The next bit of news,
Let it go. Let it go.
The next bit of news is that the cast for the Hateful Eight was announced, and that cast is Samuel L. Jackson, Kurt Russell, Jennifer Jason.
Who's Kurt Russell? Who's Jennifer Jason Leigh?
Jennifer Jason Leigh, and also Walton Goggins. You also have Damian Beecher, Tim Roth, Michael Madsen, and Bruce Dern as well. Oh, and the crazy surprise one or whatever was Channing Tatum.
Yep.
which is really cool, actually.
Way cool.
Yeah, Channing Tatum that's going to be really interesting.
He's also going to be Gambit, so.
Oh, really? That's true. Yeah.
Which I don't like at all. He's way too muscular for Gambit.
Yep. I agree.
Yep.
Completely agree. Oh, and also, you know what? Other news you will hate. Apparently, Jeff let us know over our Facebook page that guess who's going to be Doctor Strange?
Channing Tatum.
Benedict Cumberbatch.
That actually works for him, so that's fine.
Yep.
He's still really ugly. I don't think I like him as an actor. Don't get me wrong. I just think that he is not attractive.
Well, obviously, yeah.
Right, and I don't understand how women find him so attractive.
But that doesn't matter. Attractiveness does not matter when it comes
to... Right, of course not. I think he's a great actor, though.
Yeah.
But he's just not attractive.
So Cumbersmout.
It doesn't matter. I'm just saying.
So Cumbersmout is gonna be Doctor Strange. But anyway.
Speaking of Marvel and Disney, Star Wars Episode 7 title revealed. Guess what it is? Do you know what it is?
Oh yes, I do know what it is.
Star Wars: The Force Awakens.
Exactly. Yes. And how do you feel about
the Forceful Awakening?
How do you feel about this title?
I think it's cheesy. I think it's stupid. I can't wait.
But I mean, at the same time, if you think about it, it's got the same flavor as the original trilogy kind of stuff. Yeah, like it's.
I think that's kind of the point, right?
Yeah.
Like it's kind of this like late 70s, early 80s camp.
Exactly. Yeah.
The Force Awakens.
And that coupled with the fact that they're using mostly physical sets and a lot of practical effects makes me really excited.
And George Lucas is not there.
And this movie, can you believe it? This movie is coming out. A new Star Wars is coming out in a little over a year. December 18th, 2015. It just wrapped principal photography. It's done, basically.
Now it's all the special effects.
All the special effects, any kind of reshoots they need. But the movie, the skeleton of the movie is basically done.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Next piece of news
is
Jared Leto reportedly eyed to play the Joker in Suicide Squad.
But this is a very huge grain of salt kind of thing.
Yeah.
So keep that in mind. However, that would be really...
According to the Wrap.
Yeah, that would be really interesting.
That would be amazing. He'd be a great Joker.
I think he'd be a great Joker, but unfortunately, he's got huge shoes to fill.
Yeah, but it's Jared Leto. He doesn't care.
Yeah, that's true.
Jared Leto does what he wants.
That's true. And also, we have the new Hobbit trailer that dropped. And what do you think about that one?
It reminds me of The Two Towers, which makes me excited.
I know, right?
That like Helm's Deep feel.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Oh,
yep. And also, while I was watching this trailer, all of a sudden it dawned on me that I was
that elf woman is really hot.
No,
because she is. I have a thing for very badass women.
I know you do. Yeah.
Oh my god! Like as soon as she showed up, I was like, oh.
That's basically the same thing that
and the popcorn got a little bit smaller.
Half the podcast telling us about when we talked about the Hobbit, Smaug. So anyway, given all of this, like I think that the Hobbit's going to be pretty great, the newest one. But again, at the same time, like I realized that I'm okay with the look of this new one because they're purposefully going for something hyper real, and I'm okay with it. I enjoy it. I don't know if the level of practical effects that they did in the original trilogy, like with the orcs and stuff, would have 100% fit in the entire time within the Hobbit mythos.
I agree, but at the same time, Helm's Deep.
I know. I completely agree. I completely agree. But I think that they're making it out to be more sort of like a heroic tale of a past time, like a bygone era kind of thing, where everything is like extra glowy or extra dark or
kind of like somebody's reading a book.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Right. Yeah. Everything. All the images look perfect, and it's. Right. And I think it lends a lot to the storytelling. I think so. I'm okay with it. I'm not as sad about the lack of practical effects as I was before.
I mean, in the first one, it was too much. The second one, I think nailed it.
Yeah, definitely.
Or was approaching nailing.
Right. All right. But
I have some more.
Any bit of news? Go for it.
Yep. Netflix is making a Lemony Snicket series.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, series of
a series of unfortunate events, which is now a series.
Nice, very nice.
So the series of unfortunate events series, which is awesome.
That's a great idea. Better than movies.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
and I think it'll fill a gap that Netflix needs, which is kids materials.
Yeah,
right?
oh, definitely. Yeah,
older kids materials, right? Like not Gabba Gabba. It's more like Adventure Time.
yeah.
Right. Last piece of news: the Ratchet and Clank movie gets a poster, which is awesome.
Seriously?
And the tagline is "Ready to kick some asteroid."
You should send me that poster really quick so I can see it. That is really cool.
Yep, agreed. It looks like the game.
It looks like the game. That's exactly
what it looks like the game.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
They're also, and Insomniac's also making a new Ratchet and Clank game to go with the movie, so yay!
That's awesome.
I know!
See the trailer?
Yes!
Okay. Yeah, but definitely a lot of stuff to be excited about. So
yes!
So yeah, anyway, apart from that, I believe we are done.
Right? We're done!
Oh my god.
You can email us at PostGrad. You can email us at postgradentertainment@gmail.com. And remember to send us your favorite clips of Nick Cage, or just discuss it, or reenact it, and we'll choose a winner that we like the most. Except for Joe. He doesn't win.
Exactly. You can also check out our Facebook page at facebook.com/postgradent or searching Postgrad Entertainment on Facebook. You can also follow the Cognitive Gamer and I on Twitter at iPad for me and at Cognitive Gamer for him. You can also tweet at us, by the way, for the Nicolas Cage competition. So
you can, but I probably
if you want to say not
I'll be checking.
If you want to say not the bees and then fill up 140.
This is not the B's and E's.
Wow. So yes, you can do all of that. You can also check out our YouTube channel at PostGrad Entertainment, or just type in PostGrad Games onto the search bar, and we appear right there. You can see all of our older episodes, as well as us playing tons of video games, which has been slacking on.
Hey.
But anyway, thank you all for tuning in to this episode, and we will catch you on the flip side.